Scott Evans gave us one of our most recent brilliant Olympic memories. Owen was certainly most impressed by his ability to get people in the crowd ripping their shirts off. That's a moment when you know you've reached crossover appeal. But unfortunately, he's announced that he's had it with the sport. Scott, good morning to you. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you guys?
How difficult is the ultimate decision to go, you know what, I've reached a peak, I've had a great innings, and that's me done now?
Yeah, it's not easy decision to make. But yeah, obviously, I think every athlete knows that at some point they're going to have to make the decision. And obviously, I started to think about it back in November. Couple of reasons behind my decision. My body hasn't been great the last while, so I've had a couple of injuries, which is, on and off, which has been tampering my training quite a bit. Then in November time, I got a decent opportunity. I got asked about being involved in something here in Copenhagen. So that was also another part of it. And then, I think due to having a lot of injuries, I suppose, I've kind of lost that kind of desire and that kind of love to go down to the training hall every day and give that same effort that I know I have to and that I love doing. I've kind of lost that the last couple of months, and I know that there's no point in going on with it when I'm not 110%, because I need to be at 110% if I'm going to play my best badminton. So it's a very difficult decision to make, but I really feel like it's the right time for me to take the step back now.
It's funny, we were playing a clip from our Ruby Walsh interview there, and it's obviously something that he gets asked about repeatedly. Until Tony McCoy retired, he used to go, Tony McCoy's older than me and I'm not going until he goes. And now Tony McCoy is gone, he's got to come up with a different answer. And his answer was, I still enjoy it and I still feel the competitive urge, but there will come a time when I'm just fed up and I don't want to do it anymore. And it sounds like you just got a bit fed up around last November. Yeah,
it's fed up. I got a little bit tired of traveling to the tournaments. I've been doing that for almost 15 years. And then obviously, not training as best as I can. And that can be due to injuries. It can be down to a couple other things. Then I'm not really up for traveling to tournaments when I know I'm not at my best. So it's kind of a combination of a lot of things, but I will. I'm sure I'll miss the competitive side of it. I'm still gonna train a lot. I still love playing badminton. I still love training. So I'm still gonna continue doing that for as long as I can. I want to keep in as good shape as I can, and I want to keep doing what I love and what has been such a big part of my life for the last 15 years.
Do you have a post-retirement plan? It's always like, you talk to athletes so often, and the biggest difficulty is transitioning to become a civilian and just having that routine stripped from your life.
Yeah, I have a clothing company here in Copenhagen with my girlfriend actually. We've had that for 3 years now, so I've been doing a bit with that. It's the last 3 years, so I'll probably do a little bit more with that. And then in June, I'm going to be opening up an academy here in Copenhagen with a former player. I can't release his name at the moment, but he's a big name in badminton. And to have that opportunity to go along and work with him is a big opportunity. And if I decided to go on for another 6 months or another year in badminton, this opportunity might not be there at that time. So, that was another big reason why I decided to stop now and go over to the other side, to the coaching side, and give this a good shot.
You mentioned there, Scott, that you had lost the desire to go down to the training hall every day. What did that training routine involve? Was it very tedious? Was it you and one other partner going at it for hours?
Yeah, it's a lot of different things. It could be me and one other player just going to the hall in the mornings, 2.5 hours, just full on different exercises. It's very physical, and then in the afternoons it's gym session. That could be weight training or more physical, like on the bike or running. And then in the evening again, it's another 2 hours back on the court doing different types of technical work, tactical work, stuff like that. So yeah, using 4 to 6 hours a day training, and you really need to have that desire and that love to continue doing that. And I've been doing it for many years, and I could just feel towards the end that same feeling towards it is it's not the same anymore. And you know, it was a really difficult decision for me to make, but deep down I know it's the right time to do it. So.
Because ultimately it's a very difficult thing to do it over 3 Olympic cycles, especially when it's a solo sport. You can't look around the dressing room and there will be other teammates driving you on.
Absolutely. It is obviously an individual sport, and especially because of the way I have done things in my career. I left Dublin at 16, came over to Denmark on my own, and I've kind of had to look after myself quite a lot. There's been plenty of times during my career where I've had no coach. I've had to be my own coach. I've had to organise my own sparring partners. I've had to organise my own training, my own fitness programs, everything on my own. And I think, to be honest, that's also just taken a toll on me as well. I just don't have it in me anymore to use all my energy on myself as a coach and also as a player. So yeah, it can get quite lonely at times.
Here's the thing, right? We should start talking about stuff like this, because it is an amazing thing that you managed to do, to bring badminton into the living rooms of every home in Ireland. Like, there was probably no point in the last 35 years when the sport had as much profile as it did, when you were ripping your shirt off and becoming one of the stories of the Olympic Games. So, like, I know it's an emotional decision when you turn finally the lights out on that chapter, but ultimately you've got to be really happy with what you've achieved.
Absolutely. I mean, I was saying yesterday to a few people, like, where I started back in when I was 14, started to train full time in Dublin. There was no other professional players. There was no full-time coach. There was nothing. Obviously now I've had 3 Olympic Games, and Chloe has also had 3 Olympic Games. We have a European junior medalist. We've a full-time coach. We have a national centre in Dublin. So to see not only myself, but to see the whole sport, improving from 15 years ago to where we are now. And I know obviously in the next couple of years there's going to be more and more to come for badminton, and also if you want to look at the media side of it as well, badminton's more and more in the media. I tried to do my part in getting it in the media as much as possible. Rio obviously helped quite a bit. So yeah, it's been a really incredible journey, not only for myself but for the sport in Ireland, I think, and it's something I'm very proud of.
Was Rio the highlight?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, London was amazing as well to play against the eventual winner in the first round. I mean, it's not a great draw, but great atmosphere, great experience, and then there was also some very good nights out in London. That was really special. But yeah, Rio, in terms of badminton, it has to be my biggest highlight. That and winning the Irish Open in 2012 is 2 things that I'll remember for the rest of my life, for sure.
What's your hope for where the sport goes in Ireland now? Like, how mainstream can it become?
I don't know. It's always going to be difficult when you're up against football, rugby, golf, tennis maybe. You've got GAA, stuff like that. There's, I suppose, a lot of funding goes behind these sports. You've got some of the biggest stars around the world from Ireland. So we're up against it, but to see where we've come the last 15 years, it really is incredible. And who knows what can happen. It's down to the players now to put in the effort, to put in the work, to get good results. And if they continue to do that, hopefully more and more media will come out of that and continue building the sport in Ireland, because I think it has a great potential. There's a lot of good junior players around. And yeah, I think it's a great sport. And as a lot of people saw it in Rio, they seem to enjoy it. So I think, I think Irish people, they want to see a little bit more of it, get it on TV if they can. But take it step by step. But I think in the next couple of years, if we can keep improving it, keep building the profile, it'll be very, very good.
Well, listen, congratulations on a remarkable career. I mean, you did literally make badminton a topic of conversation in people's homes in Ireland, which, you know, must have seemed like an impossible feat when you started out as a teenager. So best of luck with everything that comes next, and congratulations.
Thank you very much, guys.